I'm your host, Emily Blue, here to bring you the latest in stories as well as weather updates and all things Southern Miss sports. And we do have very special guests today. Joining me will be Molly Moss and Mason Bueller, so be sure to stick around and hear what they have to say. The segment today is very jam-packed, so let's jump right in. Up first, a message from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Join Southern Miss Radio on Sunday mornings from 6 a.m. till noon for Sunday brunch. You'll get jazz and swing music from artists as wide-ranging as Bix Beiderbecke to Brad Meldau, from Dippermouth himself to Esperanza Spalding. But relax, you don't need to know anything about the music to enjoy it. It's a great way to wake up on Sunday morning. Sunday brunch from 6 a.m. until noon on Southern Miss Radio.
Welcome back, everyone, and happy Tuesday. In USM campus news, tonight at the Hattiesburg Southern Miss campus in the R.C. Cook Union Room G, the Pakistan Student Organization and Muslim Student Association will host a Ramadan Iftar dinner and program at 6 p.m. The event is free to the university community, but you must register via QR code on the flyer, which can be found on the university's website. The Iftar dinner will feature an iftar party, halal food, a guest lecturer who will speak about the significance of Ramadan to Islam, as well as group conversations and other activities. For more information, contact Shiza Saeed, the president of the Pakistan Student Organization and the Muslim Student Association. Please remember to be respectful to others who practice different religions and treat them the way you would like to be treated, even if it doesn't align with your beliefs. USM graduate student Paige Mason will give the annual Bard lecture this evening from 6 to 7 p.m. in the Liberal Arts Building. Her presentation is called, "We Won't Give Up on This Until We Get It: Mississippi Women's Organization and the Long Fight for Jury Service." It will feature research looking at the women's jury movement in Mississippi during the 1950s and 60s. She will examine the factors causing women in the state to be barred from serving on juries, including the civil rights movement. The program is free to those who plan on attending. It will be in room 108 on the Hattiesburg campus. Today is the University of Southern Mississippi's birthday party, presented by the Student Alumni Association. Join them in Spirit Park for food and celebrations from 3:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. They will also be hosting Dinner with a Dozen Eagles tonight from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Admission is $10 and it will be at the Ogletree House. In Hattiesburg news, Monday morning, a 15-year-old girl was found dead due to a shooting at around 4:45 a.m. The shooting was in the 1500 block of Country Club Road at Pineview Apartments. It is said that the girl was victim to multiple bullet wounds, but the locations of the wounds have not been disclosed. The gunman has not been found, so if any information is known, contact the Hattiesburg police as soon as possible. In Mississippi news, for those who have been with me on my reminder of the Mississippi Buc-ee's, no new news has been released concerning a set opening date. Last stated expected opening was around Thanksgiving of this year, so Buc-ee's is only 8 months away. Lastly, in other news, Easter Sunday is this Sunday. USM Delta Gamma's Anchor Splash is tonight in the Payne at 6:30 p.m. USM Alpha Chi Omega's Red Carnation Gala tickets are on sale now. Contact a member for purchase. USM Pi Kappa Phi's Philanthropy Week is this week. For more information over the events hosted, visit their Instagram page or contact a member. Next week is USM Sigma Alpha Epsilon's Patty Murphy Week. Check their Instagram for more information or contact a member. That's it for the news segment on Southern Miss Today. Next, we will have the latest in Golden Eagles sports and the weather. We will be back after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
Welcome back, everyone. Diving into Golden Eagles sports, USM Baseball has a game tonight at 6 p.m. at home versus Tulane. Women's softball will play tonight at UAB at 5 p.m. Women's basketball will play tomorrow at home versus ULM, and the time has yet to be announced. Men's tennis plays Thursday at 9 a.m. at James Madison. Men's baseball plays again Thursday at 6 p.m. versus Troy at home. Football played a scrimmage this past Saturday morning at The Rock, marking the opening of spring season football practice to prepare for the fall season. The Golden Eagle Esports Halo team will play on Wednesday, and the USM Rocket League team plays second in the Dubai Blue Light Nittany Invitational on Sunday. Visit the USM Esports Discord for the Twitch link. For more information on USM Sports, visit southernmiss.com. For the weather today, it is set to be sunny and humid out with a high of 77 and a low of 56, but the sun will definitely be making an appearance today. Up next, we have the Mississippi Moments brought to you by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Today's cotton farmers continually seek out new technologies to remain competitive and profitable. Stanley Ferguson explains how crop dusters have also adopted new methods to increase efficiency and quality.
The crop dusting business has progressed so much in the last 20 years with the advent of the GPS systems that you don't have the hand flaggers anymore. Farmers used to provide markers, in the field so you know where to go. And now you've got instruments in your airplane that tells you exactly where to go. So much faster because of you don't have to wait on somebody else to be there at certain times. It gives you a lot more flexibility. It has progressed with the farming, the seed varieties, BT cotton. All of this has given the farmers bigger yields, less pests, so their income is way greater. Of course, their financial responsibilities are much greater, and so when they have that much invested, they want to use the best equipment and the best methods, and a lot of times that's the airplane that they call on.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was the Mississippi Moment for today. Coming up after a word from our sponsors, we have the pleasure of hearing from Molly Moss and Mason Bueller about the Golden Eagle Welcome Week.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Now let's please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Molly Moss and Mason Bueller. Hey Molly, hey Mason, so nice to have you joining me here today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Good to be here. Thank you for having us.
So what is Golden Eagle Welcome Week?
Yeah, so Golden Eagle Welcome Week is the official welcome to all of our new Golden Eagles. It happens the week before classes begin in the fall, so all of our new students will move in and then participate in almost a week of fun activities and events to get ready for the semester.
So what are some of the events of GOO?
Some of my favorite events in particular are definitely Painting the Eagle Walk. That's probably the biggest, most known event that we have on campus. But there's many other events, whether it's GOO's Got Talent, there's the Welcome where we have, whether it's big speakers or magicians and all sorts of things like that. There's the talent show where we get to see all the talents from different freshmen as well as people that are on GOO crew as well. So it's always a good time to get those students involved on campus and see the spirit that USM has to offer coming into school.
So who is GOO aimed for?
Yeah, so GOO is an event that's for all of our incoming freshmen and transfer students. We have a ton of programming, like Mason mentioned. There's a lot of fun activities to help students get to know one another and get acquainted with campus. We also do some educational pieces just to help connect students to different offices and staff and faculty resources on campus. So GOO pretty much covers all of campus. There's a ton of people involved in the program.
So I heard there are applications open for GOO. Can you explain some of what those are?
Yeah, so applications are going to be open up until April 1st. All of the links are all posted on the Instagram page. So go ahead and you can see it on the LSI Instagram as well as on the GOO USM Instagram page as well. Those applications you can go in, all you need to do is submit your application and submit it with a picture of yourself with your favorite place that you like on campus, so that we can get to see a picture of you and your spirit going into GOO and the interview process. Those interviews are going to be held on April 8th and 9th. The times will vary based on your schedule and ours as well, but they will be in the afternoon. So I definitely want to push everybody to go ahead and put in those applications early as possible. That way we can get you in for those interviews.
So the applications are for GOO Crew. For those, I don't know if it was clear. I just wanted to say that out. So like you said, GOO is the week before school starts. Is there a set date this upcoming fall semester?
Yeah, so GOO will be August 15th to the 20th for our incoming students. And Mason mentioned the interviews for GOO Crew. Those are our student leaders who help basically run GOO, and each of our GOO Crew leaders will have a group of incoming students that's their students to help mentor and get accustomed to campus. Our GOO Crew students will come back in early August and take an intersession class to get trained and ready to do that process. So everything happens in August.
So what purpose does GOO serve to Southern Miss? I know you mentioned it kind of gets students connected and a little bit equipped with the school, but what is its sole purpose?
Yeah. The main purpose for GOO is to help students transition to life here at Southern Miss. We do a lot of stuff to help students feel welcome, to get to know campus better, to get to know the resources that are available to them, and honestly just to celebrate them being our new Golden Eagles.
So it's really just a big welcoming.
Yeah.
So how long has the GOO program been at Southern Miss?
Yeah, this is actually a really cool question because this upcoming year is GOO's 20th anniversary. So we have been around since the early 2000s, and it fits in with sort of what we're planning on doing for GOO this year. We're really going to celebrate that anniversary and look back at some previous fun activities through GOO throughout the decades. We're really excited to get to celebrate that milestone.
So where can somebody find information about GOO, whether they're an incoming freshman, a transfer student, or even just a student here at Southern?
I believe like the main place to find information about it would definitely be on the LSI website, as well as through the GOO social media platforms, whether that's Instagram. But you can also find it all over social media through the past GOO leaders that have been doing it. I've never heard a bad experience of a GOO Crew leader. Everybody always seems to have the most fun, if not more fun than the freshman year that they were going through GOO. And it's always seemed to be a great experience for both the leaders as well as the freshmen, just to plug those freshman class in more and really get them excited. So
it's a little bit early for our incoming students to know a ton about GOO yet, but if they're listening and they're around, don't worry. There's a session about GOO at their summer orientation, so they will get to hear from me and the rest of our GOO exec team about what they can expect.
So what advice do you have for students who are thinking about going through and becoming part of GOO Crew?
I would definitely say to just be yourself as much as possible. I feel like whenever you come into, whether it's the interview process or you get past the interviews and it ends up being the class and the week of GOO itself, I believe like being yourself and pushing your personality through to your incoming students is the best way to do it. It gets them excited. It makes the class environment more fun. And it really makes it necessarily like a party for all of us. You're able to go in and meet like 75 new friends, and everybody ends up being so close after. But going into it with an open mind, challenging yourself, really trying to build leadership qualities as well as your knowledge on campus, just to make for the best experience for your incoming freshman students.
And you were a GOO crew leader this past year. Is this your first year doing it, or have you done it before?
So I did GOO Crew in 2021, my sophomore year, and then I took a break my junior year, and I came back and did it this past fall in 2023, and now I got the opportunity to be on exec, so I'm super excited.
That's so fun. So you'll have an exec board. What kind of positions do they have on that?
Yeah, so we have a wonderful group of 5 student leaders who have all previously been GOO crew, who are coming back and helping me basically plan and run GOO for the year. So our exec team will be here all summer, working with all the different offices and community partners to get GOO ready. And then when that intercession class happens where we train our GOO crew, they'll help me teach that course.
So is there like a process for the past GOO crew leaders who are thinking about doing exec? Is there like a interview process for that, or are they selected?
Yeah, we select our GOO exec at the end of the fall semester to help them be ready to lead the GOO crew selection process in the spring. So any GOO crew leader who goes through GOO at least 1 year is eligible to apply for exec, and then we select them from that group.
So what advice do you have for students going through GOO for the first time, like as a freshman or an incoming transfer student?
Yeah, I think the main thing is just be open and have fun. GOO is a great experience, and honestly, the more you put yourself out there, the more you're going to get out of it. We really work hard to make events and programs and sessions that interest a ton of people. So some of the pieces are more mandatory. There are pieces that we know are important for you to know. And then there are some pieces that are optional that honestly are meant for them to just get to know one another and have a great time. So I guess my challenge to them is do all of it. Like, participate in as much as you want and really get yourself out there. It's a great way to meet people and a great way to get connected to the university.
So what are y'all's favorite memories of? Did you go through GOO as a freshman?
I went through like a half GOO during 2020, so mine was a little different with COVID. So of course, it was all online. The internet was struggling, but that's the main reason why I want to plug myself and be a GOO crew leader that next year. I felt like I missed out that first Spirit coming to the university experience. And I thought of it as a great way for me to give that opportunity to other freshmen coming into the school. I didn't get it, so I was like, I'm going to put myself out there, and I'm going to take this position to really inspire those freshman students, get them excited, and bring them the excitement that I still had, but it wasn't in the same way that it was with, painting the Eagle Walk and all that.
Yeah.
What is like the time commitment for somebody on GOO? You said it mainly happens in August and a little bit over the summer, but what does that time commitment look like for students wondering that if it's going to fit with their schedule?
Yeah. For our GOO crew, once you're selected, you go through that interview process and you're selected. This spring, we will do a contract meeting. So that's kind of your first chance to get together as a group, see who else is on the team, learn more about how the opportunity will work. And then it's really, everything is in August. So I believe the intercession classes start August 5th. So you'd come back to campus a little bit before the start of the semester. You do get credit for that class, so it's worth 3 credit hours. Students all of GOO crew will go through that class. It'll meet daily in August, and then really GOO starts the 15th, and then that's it.
So does the class end after GOO, or does it end like before?
Yes, so it's actually, they overlap a good bit. So the class will start August 5th, and we'll basically meet every day leading up to GOO starting on the 15th. And then once GOO ends on the 20th, that's it. So GOO crew is a really great opportunity for students who maybe have a lot going on during the academic year. They can't do a lot of extra leadership opportunities. They got a lot of classes, or they're part of a lot of other organizations. But because GOO itself is such a short-term experience, folks can be on GOO crew and have it really not interfere with their fall semester and get to have a great experience leading up to that.
Does Goo Crew like open up a lot of doors for like leadership scholarship opportunities for students?
Yeah, I'll go into that. So Goo for me opened up a lot of different qualities for me. Whether that was feeling comfortable with interviews, talking to other organizations, other leaders on campus, that sort of thing. It's definitely helped me with interview processes, and it's definitely something great to put on a resume. You're a student leader whenever you go through GU, and you're a face on campus that everybody can see, and you want to put your best foot forward. So everybody gets to know exactly who you are. They see your personality, they see how you run a small group, they see how you lead those students and inspire them and keep them excited. But they also know that you're on top of your grades. They know that you are timely, that you're basically very organized and on top of all that stuff. So it's always helped me get scholarships. It's been a great thing to put on my resume, whether it's working on campus or off campus. It's definitely something that I always put into all my interviews and let people know that I was a student leader.
And for like those who, do you have anything else that you would like to say on Goo?
Yeah, so I mean, I really just want to press everybody to definitely apply. It's something that I regret not doing the year after my freshman year. And whenever I took that break, I regret not doing it that year. It's something that I wish I did every single year, and I was so happy to do it. And I really want everybody to push this year to get out of your comfort zone, go ahead and apply, and let's push Southern Miss to the top.
I just remembered what I was going to ask. How many Goo Crew leaders do you need?
Yeah, so we select a team of between 65 and 75 students. So it's a big team. I second what Mason said. I think we're looking for folks from a variety of areas of campus, a variety of leadership experience so far in their college careers. GU's a great experience for freshmen students going into their sophomore year. Maybe this is the first thing that they have ever done leadership wise. That's great and totally cool with us. You'll learn a lot about leadership and about yourself in the training period during class. But GU's also a great experience for our upperclassmen students who have already proven their leadership. They're in other organizations and they want to give back to the university and really get to share their experiences and the other organizations they're a part of with the freshmen and transfer students. So we get a variety of folks. So if you're on the fence about applying because you're not sure you have that leadership experience yet, or you're on the fence applying because you're like, well, I'm already doing so many other things, go ahead and do it. It's a great experience across the board. I promise we have folks from every area of campus, and that's what we love. We want every incoming student to be able to see themselves in one of our GU Crew leaders. So we purposefully try to select the most diverse team we can from all different facets of campus. We really want to be representative of what Southern Miss is.
Well, thank you so much, Molly Moss and Mason Bueller, for joining me here today and giving us an inside look on what the GU program here is at Southern Miss.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Coming up next, we have a news wrap.
As the semester midterms ended, the University of Southern Mississippi Counseling Service hosted an event to help students relax before spring break. USM Counseling Service hosted Stress Less on March 7 from 11 to 12:30 p.m. on Sentinel Green. Sydney Landrews, the administrative assistant for Student Counseling Center, states that this event purpose is for students to take a moment of wellness and learn more about student counseling services that can help them stress less.
The end of midterms week, right before spring break, we just want to come out here with the therapy dogs and provide students an opportunity to come get a snack, come just take a moment for themselves to de-stress, decompress from midterms and school stress and everything, and just kind of come take a moment to stress less.
Students can make an appointment in their office or call their phone number to make that appointment.
You call our phone number, which is 601-266-4829. It can also be found on our website, which is usm.edu/counseling. But you just give our front desk a call and we will get you set up with a screening appointment.
The Students Counseling Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the first floor of Bond Hall East, next door to Lucky Day Citizenship Hall. To be on the lookout for events, see their Instagram page at USM Counseling.
Well, thank you so much for tuning into Southern Miss Today here on Southern Miss Radio. A big thank you to the wonderful crew who keeps this program running. Our audio engineer, Darius McCrimmon, Alina Pitletsky, our live stream producer, Annalie Johnson, our producer, Oare Ade, the executive producer, the program director, Shania Williams, our GM, Dr. Wilbur Martin, and me, your host, Emily Blue. That wraps it up for today. Remember, soar high to the sky, fly, eagle, fly.